had no idea, but in 2010 he drew Lady Deadpool, and at the same time I was cast in the Green Lantern with my now husband, who is not my husband then.
Okay. Hey there, my sizzling gossip lovers. Madison here. Buckle up, babes, because I've got the kind of Hollywood dirt that's about to make your group chat spontaneously combust. Ready? Let's talk Marvel. Yes, that Marvel, the studio sitting at the top of everyone's dream job list, just slapped a lawsuit on none other than Ryan Reynolds. Crazy, right? The wisecracking Deadpool star, Hollywood's comedic golden boy, the man who revived the Merc with a mouth for the big screen. Yep, he's in serious trouble. But wait, there's more. This storm swirling around Ryan doesn't just stop with him. It also drags a certain leading lady straight into the eye of the chaos. His famously glamorous wife, Blake Lively. Once upon a time, she was the fandom's darling, the effortlessly charming half of Hollywood's power couple. Now, she's suspected of some very shady behind-the-scenes moves that might have torpedoed the very brand synergy Marvel guards like Fort Knox. Stay right where you are, honey, because I'm about to spill it all. Every twist, every cryptic text, every whispered meltdown. Just one quick favor for your girl first. Slam that subscribe button, because these celebs keep the scandals coming, and mama's got the receipts. Now, let's dive straight into the swirl of accusations, alliances, and PR disasters. Because if you thought Deadpool was chaotic on screen, wait till you see what's happening off it. So, here's the tea. Marvel filed a jaw-dropping lawsuit against Ryan Reynolds. Yes, the same Ryan who's practically the studio's poster child. For months, rumors had been bubbling about behind-the-scenes friction, but nobody believed it would explode into something this official, this litigious, this in-your-face. Yet here we are. Marvel's had enough. Time to lawyer up. Let's be real. Marvel isn't the type to sue their own. The studio usually buries drama with hush-hush PR magic, having survived more than a decade of blockbuster-sized fiascos. So if they're stepping into a courtroom now, they must feel truly cornered. How did this meltdown spiral from typical Hollywood tension to an all-out legal war? The short answer, it's part Ryan, part Blake, and completely about Marvel's sacred brand integrity. Strap in, darlings, because this backstory, it's a wild one. To understand how we got here, we've got to rewind to Blake Lively, Justin Baldoni, and the ill-fated film adaptation that started it all. At first, it looked picture-perfect. Justin, known for his emotionally charged storytelling, and Blake exuding her signature golden-era glamour. The press couldn't get enough. Glossy set photos, glowing interviews, and chemistry so polished it practically gleamed. Everyone thought it was the start of a beautiful creative partnership. Then came the whispers. Soft at first, like the hum of an air conditioner you barely notice until it starts rattling. Word was Blake was feeling overshadowed. Justin, after all, was doing it all. Directing, co-writing, starring, maybe even handling craft services for all we know. At first, no one batted an eye. Sets get tense. That's Hollywood, but then things turn darker. Blake allegedly accused Justin of engineering negative press about her, painting her as difficult, demanding, and obsessed with top billing. The tabloids pounced faster than you can say Oscar buzz. For a brief, shining moment, the public sided with Blake. People rallied behind her. Another woman punished for being assertive, while her male counterpart was celebrated. But then, oh honey, the script flipped. Justin responded in the most 2020s way possible, by dropping text messages. And not just any messages, the kind that read like the final puzzle pieces in a Hollywood murder mystery. Intro.
This morning I sent a text message to my best friend Jamie and the president of my company, Tara. And I told them that
those unfiltered receipts flipped the narrative on its head. Suddenly it wasn't Justin playing puppet master. It was possibly Miss Lively herself. The leaked messages painted a very different picture. Blake allegedly orchestrating leaks, twisting narratives, and boasting about her network, the kind of power circle that could move mountains in Hollywood if she didn't get her way. She even referred to her inner circle as the Dragons, which, let's be honest, is either the coolest or most terrifying name for your personal hype squad. The subtext? She might have been leveraging her husband, Hollywood's beloved Ryan Reynolds, a man with major industry clout thanks to Marvel and Deadpool. And that's when fans started asking the real question. How deep did this go? Could Ryan be tied up in all of this behind the scenes? Because here's the thing. Ryan isn't just another Marvel star. He is the face of Marvel's R-rated empire, the unstoppable force behind the Deadpool phenomenon. If Blake was calling in favors or leaning on his influence to shift press coverage, that's not just bad optics. That's potential brand warfare. By this point, Marvel couldn't ignore the rumors any longer. The studio has an empire to protect, and Ryan sits right at its core. Sure, Deadpool is the irreverent troublemaker of the MCU, but that trouble is supposed to stay on screen, not bleed into boardrooms and legal filings. Inside Marvel HQ, the higher-ups started side-eyeing every headline. The positivity and synergy they'd built around their biggest stars suddenly looked fragile. If even a shred of these manipulative tactics turned out to be true, the consequences could be massive. Because if fans ever believed that Ryan Reynolds, the internet's favorite wise guy, was orchestrating shady PR moves while cracking jokes online, that cheeky charm could instantly turn sinister. And Ryan's reaction? Silence. Total silence. The man who built a career on self-deprecating tweets and viral humor had nothing to say. Not a quip, not a wink. And in Hollywood, silence speaks louder than spin. It hinted that maybe, just maybe, there was fire beneath all that smoke. Before we dive deeper into this messy tea, smash that subscribe button because baby, the drama I'm serving is sizzling. You do not want to miss the next twist, because in true Hollywood fashion, it only got worse. More messages leaked, this time suggesting that Ryan himself might have intervened. Whispers of media, nudges, quiet pressure for script changes, even hints that negative coverage of Justin could ramp up if demands weren't met. Then came the bombshell. Blake's high-powered attorney, yes, that attorney, suddenly walked out. Not only did they withdraw from representing her, but they released a statement that placed the blame directly at Blake's feet. Now, if you know anything about Tinseltown, you know how rare that is. Lawyers don't just ditch their A-list clients while side-eyeing them in public. When they do, it screams one thing loud and clear: something seriously wrong went down behind the scenes.
I wish Taylor. If I ever stop, she made good Deadpool. funny.
Are there cameos?
Everyone was asking the same thing. If Blake's own lawyer couldn't back her up, how bad were those text messages and phone records we hadn't even seen yet? And of course, that question looped right back to Ryan. Did he help orchestrate any of this, or was he just an innocent bystander caught in the crossfire? And if he was involved, what did that mean for Marvel's trust in their golden boy? Behind closed doors, Marvel was in full-blown crisis mode. Executives, yes, including Kevin Feige, were rumored to be huddling in emergency meetings, debating whether continuing to partner with Ryan was worth the PR risk. After all, part of what made Deadpool so beloved was his irreverent fourth-wall-breaking humor. He was the lovable troublemaker, but comedic chaos on screen is one thing. Real-world corporate sabotage? That's another story entirely. In the end, Marvel did something they almost never do. They went public. The studio announced official legal action against Ryan Reynolds. The statement was vague, citing breach of contract and reputational harm, but that was enough to send shockwaves through fandoms everywhere. Wait. Marvel is suing the guy who gave them their R-rated billion-dollar hit? The man behind the MCU's wildcard success story? Oh honey, yes. And that told everyone loud and clear. Marvel believed they had more than enough reason to bring out the big guns. Then came the fandom reaction, and it was nothing short of apocalyptic. Deadpool isn't just a franchise, it's a cult obsession. The idea that Ryan might be forced out sent fans spiraling. Hashtags exploded. Memes, think pieces, and conspiracy threads flooded every corner of the internet. Some defended him with blind devotion. Others demanded accountability. It was the perfect storm. One where Hollywood's funniest man suddenly wasn't laughing anymore.
Hugh and I both at the get-go, we were like, we're going to do everything. We love the movie more than life itself. It's both of our favorite movies we've ever done. So we said, let's get it just as slutty as possible with the promo.
The idea that Ryan Reynolds could be recast, or worse, blacklisted by Marvel sent Twitter, Reddit, and every corner of the internet into absolute meltdown mode. Fans were split down the middle. Some claimed Marvel was overreacting, arguing that maybe the studio had been itching to distance itself from Deadpool's R-rated chaos anyway. Others insisted Marvel wouldn't sabotage its own golden goose unless it felt truly betrayed. So the debate raged. Was Ryan being scapegoated? Or was the studio making an example out of him, ensuring that one rotten apple didn't spoil the entire cinematic orchard? Remember, Marvel is no stranger to messy headlines. On-set feuds, actor disputes, pay negotiations, it's all part of the machine. But a lawsuit, that's a different beast. People began realizing Marvel had to be either extremely confident or extremely desperate to go this far. Meanwhile, Justin Baldoni kept his cool. While the internet burned, he quietly wrapped post-production on his film. No salt, no shade. Every time Blake or her team dropped a partial screenshot to sway public sympathy, Justin calmly responded with the full thread for context. In interviews, he didn't gloat, he sounded exhausted. Regretful, even. "I never wanted it to blow up like this," he reportedly said. Careers shouldn't burn just because egos collide. But here's the twist. Justin's calm professionalism might actually become Marvel's secret weapon. Those uncut text messages he released? They're now part of the evidence. The ones that could show Ryan meddled in ways that breach Marvel's moral conduct clauses. Speculation exploded. Industry lawyers began making educated guesses. Could it be breach of contract if Ryan's deal forbade him from engaging in PR manipulation that harmed Marvel's image? Or maybe defamation, if he'd pressured outlets to twist coverage. Some even floated extortion, suggesting Marvel saw Ryan's rumored behind-the-scenes fan leverage tactics as a threat to the brand. And then there's the catch-all, moral turpitude, that vague but deadly clause covering unethical behavior. Marvel's official phrasing, protecting brand integrity, said it all. Deadpool could be loud, crude, and chaotic on screen, but behind the scenes, the studio demanded discipline. If Ryan blurred that line, it's no wonder Marvel decided to act, and Ryan? Silent. Not a single sassy tweet, no cheeky, "Did I just get sued by Marvel?" Jokes, nothing. Rumor has it he's been holed up with legal teams, weighing whether to settle privately or fight it out in court. Some insiders think a public apology could soften the blow, but others warn it would only confirm Marvel's accusations. Right now, the tension is thicker than a triple-shot espresso. Ryan's entire comedic empire is built on authenticity, or at least the illusion of it. If fans start believing that behind the charming smile is a manipulative player pulling Hollywood's strings, that image collapses faster than a poorly baked souffle. And as you might have guessed, Blake's public image took another nosedive. One even her dragons couldn't rescue her from that intro.